Question: Is making goats stand in argan trees for hours bad for the animals? Answer: Goats sometimes do clamber up argan trees of their own accord to snack on their pulpy fruit.
Question: What goats and people like on argan fruit? Answer: The argan fruit is an oblong, greenish-golden berry up to 3 centimeters long. Inside the fruit's fleshy exterior is a very hard nut containing 3 almond-like kernels.
Our journey, 2,000 kilometers before and behind the High Atlas, starting in Casablanca.
Casablanca is a port city and commercial hub in western Morocco, fronting the Atlantic Ocean. The city's French colonial legacy is seen in its downtown Moresque architecture, a blend of Moorish style and European Art Deco.
Standing partly over the water, the enormous Hassan II Mosque, completed in 1993, has a 210 meters minaret topped with lasers directed toward Mecca.
ربي عالم بحالي خلتني بوهالي بين الأقادية ضربة قادية بين الأقادية ضربة قادية حرام عليك أفكر فيك وأنا اليوم ما درت فيا بين الأقادية ضربة قادية.
Casablanca's City Hall, in French, Hotel de Ville, is on the south side of Mohammed V Square in the heart of Casablanca. It was built in the 1930s, during the French Protectorate period.
Rabat is the capital city of Morocco and the country's 7th largest city with an urban population of approximately 580,000, 2014, and a metropolitan population of over 1.2 million.
The Kasbah of the Udayyas was built into a small fort, then expanded into a citadel. It has been abandoned, occupied, enlarged and remodeled countless times in the last millennium.
The busy, walled old town of Rabat Medina centers on the old market, a souk with alleys of shops selling ceramics, spices, and jewelry.
The 12th century Kasbah de Aldaya, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is wonderfully located on the Atlantic coast, where the Bou Regreg River flows into the Atlantic Ocean.
ربي عالم بحالي خلتني بوهالي بين الأقادية ضربة قادية بين الأقادية ضربة قادية حرام عليك أفكر فيك وأنا اليوم ما درت فيا بين الأقادية.
Andalusian Garden is tranquil public garden for quiet walks amid exotic plants, flowers and fruit trees.
Udayyas founded in 1146 as a military base of the Almohad Empire. The third Almohad Caliph, Yaqub al-Mansur, built the Kasbah, as well as the Hassan Tower and the city walls.
The Mausoleum of Mohammed V is located across from the Hassan Tower in Rabat. It contains the tombs of the King Mohammed V and his 2 sons, late King Hassan II and Prince Abdallah.
Hassan Tower is the minaret of an incomplete mosque in Rabat. It was commissioned by Abu Yusuf Yaqub al-Mansur, the third caliph of the Almohad Caliphate, near the end of the 12th century.
نهار شفت قدامي بلي زريانة، نتايا مكتابي وانت عيني انا، كتحامقني وما جايب اخبار. لو كان بيدي انا قلبي نشعل فيه النار، يوم حلفة بحلوفي ما ندي غيرك انا، ولينا معروفين قصة ما بين جماعة. كنفكر فيك بالليل والنهار، كاع ما مليت عمري خلي ناس دار.
Meknes is known for its imperial past, with remnants including Bab Mansur, a huge gate with arches and mosaic tiling. The gate leads into the former imperial city.
ربي شوف من حالي قلبي شالة جمرة، بغيتي تقولي نساي الماضي اليوم نهار جديد. رايح دايا طريقة طويلة غنمشي وبين، شوف فيك خيالي وانا في طريقي غادة، ناسي سولو مالي هذا حالي انا. كنفكر فيك بالليل ونهار، كاع ما مليت يا عمري خلي الناس.
The Lala al-Din Mosque was originally the mosque of the Marinid Kasbah, citadel, of the city, built in 1276, but was subsequently remodeled into the royal mosque of the Alawite Sultan Moulay Ismail's imperial palace in the late 17th century.
El Hadim Square is one of the most important places where visitors to the city stop, and this square includes a rectangular area of 200 meters in length and 90 meters width. El Hadim Square played the role of cultural and artistic revitalization, as it hosted popular sessions for storytellers.
Ifrane is a town in Morocco's Middle Atlas Mountains. It's known for its alpine-style architecture and nearby ski slopes and forests. A stone statue of a lion near Leafy Park La Prairie is a well-known landmark.
Mohammed VI is the King of Morocco. A member of the Alawi dynasty, he acceded to the throne on July 23, 1999, upon the death of his father, King Hassan II. Moroccan couscous with 7 vegetables, couscous bidoui. Meat or chicken is stewed with a variety of vegetables in ample broth generously seasoned with ginger, pepper and turmeric. Ideally, the stewing is done in the base of a couscousier while the couscous grains steam above. Hassan Abdikal Dam was built in 1971 in the main course of Ouedzez, north of the city of Urachidia, with a total capacity of 347 million cubic meter.
No sé qué la pasa, el niño no lo mama. Veída, veída, la vestida en lana. Casada con Pepe, ¿cómo te lo pasa? Negra está veída, veída es su hermana. Por amor de Pepe se volvió cristiana. Veída, veída, ¿cuál era tu hada? Si eran todas ciegas o eran cuscusú. Y ahora con Pepe manteca de jalú. En verde, ¿cómo te lo pasa? Casada con Pepe, no llores veída, ni tengas ovina. Mi día de Shabbat te mandaré de fina. Y Pepito, Pepito, cómprame un sisí. Cuando tengo un niño le nombraré Nisi. Porque llora el niño por una manzana. Si llora por una, yo le daré 2. Una para el niño y otra para vos. Una para el niño y otra para vos. بعيدة بعيدة أجل هنا 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 بعيدة بعيدة أجل هنا بعيدة بعيدة أجل هنا 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 بعيدة بعيدة أجل هنا.
Macrofosil Casbah is a manufacturer of artworks with fossils located in Irfad, a town and road between Medelt and Mertsuga Desert.
Irfad is an oasis town in the Sahara Desert, in the Drât Al-Fiyawat region, eastern Morocco. It belongs to Ada tribe, divided into several districts.
Despite the seemingly desert landscape, there are massive underground caverns where water and cooler temperatures await.
The Kakaro or Fagara represents an ancient sophisticated technique which enables underground water resources to be tapped for irrigation. This method originates in ancient Persia 3,000 years ago, and has been adopted over a very large area stretching from China to Spain and as far as Latin America.
Moroccan chicken tagine recipe is a culture of the land and the sea which translates the history of civilization and beyond national borders.
The city of Ting'er, Jama Ting'er, has a population of 42,044 and the province has 322,412 inhabitants, 2014. The predominant ethnic group is Amazigh, and the city is at the center of one of the most attractive oases in southern Morocco.
The Tadka Gorges are a series of limestone river canyons, or wadi, in the eastern part of the High Atlas Mountains, near the town of Tinarhir. Both the Tadka and neighboring Dadas rivers are responsible for carving out these deep cliff-sided canyons, on their final 40 kilometers through the mountains.
Boumalne Dadas sits in the Dadas Valley, a region home to some of the most scenic landscapes in Morocco. The Dadas River creates an agricultural oasis, including the country's famed Rose Valley, known for its centuries of producing rose oil and rosewater.
Sur Edahi is a dam reservoir located east of the city of Ouarzazate. The lake, which was created by damming the Dra River, consists of two parts. The eastern larger part is fed by the Dadas River, the western part of the lake is fed by the Ouarzazate River, which has water only in winter and spring.
Ouarzazate, nicknamed the Door of the Desert, is a city and capital of Ouarzazate province. Ouarzazate is at an elevation of 1,160 meters in the middle of a bare plateau south of the high Atlas Mountains, with a desert to the city's south.
Kasbah Tahrir is a historic fortified residence complex or Kasbah in Ouarzazate, Morocco. According to oral traditions, the Kasbah was first built in the 17th century by the Msouarn, a powerful local family. More certainly, however, the Kasbah was taken over and expanded by the Glaoui family in the 19th century.
The Museum of Cinema, built on 2 hectares in 1982 by a group of Italian architects, is rich in cinema history. It was founded to produce movies about ancient history, including stories from the Bible.
Atlas Film Studios located 5 kilometers west of the city of Ouarzazate. Measured by acreage, it is the world's largest film studio which lies in the nearby desert and mountains. Many sets from the filming of various movies remain in place and, because of this, the studio also operates with guided tours and has become a popular tourist destination.
Ait Benadou is a historic Hiram or Qasar along the former caravan route between the Sahara and Marrakesh in Morocco. It is considered a great example of Moroccan earth and clay architecture and has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987.
Ait Benadou has been used as a scene in several movies including Gladiator and Kingdom of Heaven.
Ait Benadou is southern Morocco's most famous fortress. Time seems to have stopped at the site overlooking a valley some 30 kilometers from the town of Ouarzazate. After passing through the imposing entranceway, visitors navigate a labyrinth of winding alleys that eventually lead onto a public square where the settlement's inhabitants once gathered. There is a mosque and 2 cemeteries, one for Muslims and one for Jews.
Tishka is a mountain pass in Morocco, 2,260 meters, linking the southeast of Marrakesh to the city of Ouarzazate through the high Atlas Mountains. It lies above the Great Marrakesh Plains, and is a gateway to the Sahara Desert.
Marrakesh is the fourth largest city in Morocco. It is one of the four imperial cities of Morocco and the capital of the Marrakesh-Safi region. It is situated west of the foothills of the Atlas Mountains.
Babouche snails of the square served in a peppery broth called babouche. The white snails of Morocco must be cooked slowly over a low heat using a balanced mixture of over 15 different spices.
The Bab Agnew is one of 19 Bab, which means door, in Marrakesh. It was built in the 13th century by the Almohad dynasty. The name Agnew or Nuwa means black-skinned people in Berber language. Bab Agnew is the entrance to the Royal Kasbah in the southern part of the Medina of Marrakesh.
The Kasbah Mosque is the second best known mosque in Marrakesh, and it is also one of the biggest mosques. It is very old. It was built in 1190 and you can still find some typical features of Almohad architecture on it. Like two other mosques, the entrance to the Kasbah Mosque is strictly prohibited for non-Muslims.
Saadian Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur ad-Dabi was just as extravagant in death as he was in life. After the Golden King built Badia Palace in the 16th century, he transformed an existing necropolis into this lavish tomb complex, sparing no expense and importing Italian Carrara marble and gilding honeycomb muqarnas, decorative plasterwork, with pure gold.
Lala Massouda was a Moroccan political figure in the Saadi dynasty. She is remembered for her humanitarian, charity, political, and development work. She was the wife of the Saadian Sultan Muhammad al-Sheikh and mother of their son Sultan Ahmad al-Mansur.
Madrasa ben Yusuf was built in the 14th century by the Marinid Sultan Abu Inan Faris. It was originally built as a religious school for Islamic studies, but it also served as a mosque and a library. The madrasa was expanded in the 16th century by Sultan Ahmad al-Mansur, who added a large courtyard and a minaret.
Katoubia Mosque in Marrakesh, Morocco, showing its solar energy production panel, placed prominently at the entrance to the mosque so that the faithful can see it when entering and feel proud of their accomplishment.
The Menara Gardens are a historic public garden and orchard in Marrakesh. They were established in the 12th century by the Almohad Caliphate ruler Abd al-Mumin. Along with the Agdal Gardens and the historic walled city of Marrakesh, the gardens have been listed as UNESCO World Heritage Sites since 1985.
The Majorelle Garden is a 1-hectare botanical garden and artist landscape garden in Marrakesh. It was created by the French Orientalist artist Jacques Majorelle over almost 40 years, starting in 1923, and features a cubist villa designed by the French architect Paul Sinoivre in the 1930s.
The Muassine Fountain is a part of the 16th century religious complex of the Muassine Mosque in Marrakesh. The tradition of building public fountains in Marrakesh is old but took on a very monumental character in the Saadian era.
Tobia built by the Khalifa Deb el-Mumen ibn Ali in the 12th century, with a minaret of 77 meters, is composed of a large courtyard, a prayer hall, the Qibla wall. It is one of the oldest mosques in Morocco and the Maghreb that fascinate until today its visitors with its beauty and its Spanish Moorish architecture.
Marrakesh train station. Morocco has an excellent railway network which extends south from Tangier to Marrakesh and east to Oujda on the Algerian border.
Built by Tunisian architect Charles Boukhara, the Royal Theatre combines the traditional aesthetic design of Arabic architecture with traces of modern influence. The imposing dome and grand marble pillars provides an immediate sense of awe which is matched by the interior entrance hall and auditorium. Goats often like seasonal fruits and collect them directly from fruiting trees when fallen fruits have been depleted. In southwestern Morocco, where the average annual rainfall is only 300 millimeters, goats climb the endemic argan tree, Argania spinosa.
The first organic argan women-run cooperative has seen the light around 1998 in Tamaner 72 km south of Essaouira. Consequently, Tamaner has become the capital of the organic argan oil products since then.
Essaouira, known until the 1960s as Mogador, is a port city on the Atlantic coast. It has 77,966 inhabitants as of 2014. The founder of the city was Moroccan Alawide Sultan Mohammed bin Abdallah, who designed the city using French captives from the failed French expedition to Larache in 1765.
The Simonatius Synagogue is a 19th-century synagogue in Essaouira. The synagogue forms one wing of a masonry courtyard building that also contained the home of Simonatius. A single, large door set into a horseshoe arch leads into the suite of buildings. The synagogue is on the second floor. The ground floor once held shops. The third floor contained the offices of Jewish courts, which heard both commercial and personal cases.
Back in 1500, the city was called Mogador, Portugal's port city used as a base to reach South America. Because of that, Essaouira has a mix of Arabic, European architecture and groove.
Essaouira Medina, Old Town, is all white and is classified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is protected by 18th-century ramparts, called the Scalet al Kasbah. Dotted with ancient copper cannons, the fortifications offer a view of the ocean. Medina, the ramparts, the cultural richness of the city, many art galleries and the architecture of well-preserved old buildings.
south, the region of Essaouira has a selection of beaches stretching over 153 kilometers. Many beaches have high ecological value with dunes, vegetation, forests, and the sea. Some are world-famous beaches such as Moulay Bouzartoun, Sidi Koki, and Imsouane. And others are hidden spots,